Hi, so this is my first video. I wanted to do a review on The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. It's a really good teen action type of book. It's the first book in the Chaos Walking series, and according to this, it is the winner of the Guardian Children's Fiction Prize. And according to the Chicago Tribune, it described it as a read-alone, stay-up way too late book for readers looking for the combination of being scared and being stirred to gallop to the end. Pretty much, this novel is about a boy named Todd Hewitt who lives on a different planet, but you can tell he's a humanoid type of species, and you do, figure out pretty quickly that they are human. Pretty much, he lives in a town called Prentice Town, and Prentice Town is a town that only has men. And one of the problems faced with being a town with only men is that it's a town that only gets smaller because there are no women to help procreate. In the beginning, Todd seems unconvinced that there is even life anywhere else but Prentice Town. He's heard rumors, but he's not really sure, and he doesn't really seem like he wants to go find out for himself. The biggest thing about this novel is that they have something that they call noise. Noise is when somebody can hear and see what's going on through somebody's head, whether they want to or not. It's like being at a grocery store and not being able to get that click out of your head when you hear the groceries hitting the scanner. Beep, 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 beep. It's there. You try to drown it out, but it's still there. And there's nothing you can do to get it out of your head. Also, noise is strictly only something that happens to men. You can't hear a woman's thoughts or see what a woman is thinking. Women completely have that to themselves and will always have privacy in this novel. When it comes to men, they have issues with the noise, and people also get annoyed hearing each other's noise. It's a really different way to view life. Even in this novel, even though Todd had never seen a woman before in his day-to-day life, at this point he knew what a woman looked like, and he knew what they smelled like, and he understood what things are even though he's never seen them before, because he sees them in the flashbacks of the other men's noise. So it was really interesting for Todd to not actually quite have seen anything that we normally would on a day-to-day basis, but he already understands what it is, and he doesn't need to be told what a woman looks like, and really understand what life would be like if there were women in it. So that was really interesting to see that. This book has a very different writing style, and all I can say is that before buying this kind of book, you need to go to your local Barnes and Nobles or whatever, or maybe in the Amazon section where they let you read the first few pages. Read that, because it has a very unique style to it. It's first person, but the grammar is very off. Often it goes around, and that's probably because Todd Hewitt cannot read. So it seems annoying that Todd has this horrible first person voice where the grammar makes no sense, but it makes sense because he can't read, and he seems uneducated, and is uneducated in this novel. One of the things about the noise is the text actually looks different when there's noise. And there's one page on here, actually, might be almost 2 pages, where you get to see everybody's noise when he goes into town, and it's almost like you get to see it, and it's really cool how you get to see it. And that's almost, and there's different scripts for different people. Some people have a really crazy script. Some people have a very, Times New Roman type of thing going on. Some people have like an impact script. It's really interesting to see this, because that's the way you might imagine the way people are thinking in their heads sometimes. And sometimes the script looks kind of like that. This page, Like you'll see that often, but this one page where it looks really crazy, you don't really see that so often. But you do see some weird scripts going on. I really like this book. It has a very unique way of storytelling, and they put the author puts the the protagonist Todd Hewitt through some situations that many of us would not know how to handle with or deal with. There are many points where they're talking about death and whatnot, and the book really challenges you and makes you wonder, how would I act in this situation? What would I do in this situation? Um, there's so much talk about death and what you would do in each situation. You might even change your mind about how you feel about the death penalty, which I thought was so interesting. Um, the biggest problem with the noise is that because everybody can hear everybody's thoughts who is a male, Todd faces a situation where he has to run away. But how can you run away if everybody can hear your own thoughts? How do you keep your noise down so that people can't find you as easily? So it's definitely a thriller type of novel, but with a lot of twists and turns that you don't expect. The animals in this also, you can hear the male's noise if it's a male animal. Todd has a dog and he can understand what his dog is thinking. It's really cool, but it's kind of funny because the dog's thinking about things that that might make you laugh. The dog will mention things about how he needs to poop, and he's like, I don't care, go poop. So sometimes it makes you laugh because, especially the first pages. Definitely, this is a good read. I would give it 4 stars. It's not my favorite, but I definitely like this. I have the Ask and Answer. I've started on it. I haven't finished it yet, but this is definitely a good one for any teenager. And if you're an adult, you still might like this. I'm about 20, and I still love young adult novels. Um, it's more of a sci-fi than it is a fantasy, but there are some fantasy elements to it. There are a few religious undertones to it, but it's very undertony. It's definitely not up there. I would say that the questioning of when is it okay to kill is a lot higher up in this. I think you should read this, but definitely read the first few pages to figure out if you would hate it or not. That's all I've got to say. Bye.